You want to use the small talk as ways to find out information about her that we could then tease her on. The small talk and the get to know you talk is nothing more than surface level filler until I can uncover something about the girl that I could then tease her about, or I could then make an observation about. So you ask questions, you make statements, you give personal input, the girl replies, and then from this back and forth conversation, I'm going to find out something about her that I could either tease her on or like joke about. The most basic one I've seen myself do repeatedly over and over again is when the girl's short and we're talking, I'll just stand right next to her. I was like, wait, how tall are you, by the way? You make me feel like I'm 6 foot. And then I put my hand on her head and I get in a little bit closer, even though I'm pretty short. I was like, I actually kind of like this. You make me feel like I'm 6'2", yo, this is funny. What are you, like 5'3"? I'll say that for any girl that's like 5 foot to like 5'5". Even if they're not that much shorter than me, I'll just do that because it's just like a nice little tease based off of something I saw. But other things that I may tease the girl on is like the way she answers a question, the way she laughs, the way her face looks when she makes a facial expression. Any piece of information that she gives me, I may also draw a conclusion or an assumption based off of that information, and I'll exaggerate that new piece of evidence I got from her. One example I have is like, if let's just say hypothetically the girl had like tattoos and she was like dressed in black, or she had like a leather jacket on. You could make an observation about either the tattoos or her vibe or her fashion, which is what I recommend you guys do. Point out things about her ethnicity, her clothes, her vibe, her demeanor, her fashion, her accessories, her tattoos. I'm pointing those things out, and I can try to like categorize her a certain way, and I can exaggerate the stereotype in a playful, teasing, joking way. A couple of the examples I've given inside of module 3 is like, if the girl's like a punk rock girl, or she has like tattoos and this and that, you could say, oh, you look the kind of girl that like would just like sing Blink 182 in the shower. You just gotta start thinking about the kind of girls that you're talking to. What have you discovered about that girl, and what kind of conclusions could we make about that girl based off of that? That's one template you could use to tease a girl. That's not the only one you do. Like a lot of the times, honestly, when I'm very early in the set, it's just playfully disagreeing, or it's imitating the girl in like a funny way and I'm just having fun with the whole thing. Or if she says something, I'm like, what? Ew. No, you did not just say that. No fucking way. I'm just deliberately provoking some kind of emotion in the set, because if I'm just like,
Oh, where are you from? Oh, so your friends are over there? Nice. Like, what do you think about the venue?
I'm never tapping into that emotion that we want to spark in the conversation. So it's on you as the dude. If you guys are in a nightclub, especially, you could even do this on dates, honestly, and you could even do a little bit of this during the daytime. I wouldn't go crazy with it. It's a little bit of back and forth. And then again, I'm asking questions, I'm making assumptions or observations, and I'm also giving my own personal input into whatever the topic of conversation is until she gives me something that I could make a bigger assumption or bigger observation or tease her on. There's just a bunch of different things that you could do with this. You just gotta go out and experiment. The biggest problem is guys just don't think about this when you're in the set. If you're just going out, you probably have heavy approach anxiety to the point where like you can't even go up and talk to the girl, right? You gotta keep going out and pushing yourself and approaching. Once you've done that enough, you'll start getting into conversations. But the next sticking point will be, okay, cool, I'm getting into interactions, but I'm starting to run out of things to say. The conversation fizzles out after like 30 or 60 seconds. Now you gotta just stay in the set and keep talking. Once you've done that a little bit, you'll then get to a point, which is what I'm talking about in this concept right here, is like, you can stay in an interaction, you have good conversation, but it's never becoming teasing or emotional, because you're not hitting the girl with negative spikes in the conversation too. You're just asking very surface level questions. Where are your friends at? Oh, that's cool. Like, what do you think about the venue? Oh yeah, no, that's what's up. So where are you from? Like, I could ask all of those questions and it doesn't feel interviewy, because as I'm going through the line of questioning, I'm also just making little comments and observations and statements and teases sprinkled in throughout every answer that she gives. So maybe she says an answer, there's nothing I could actually tease her on, but then I'd be like, wait, what, seriously? I don't know, I didn't expect that from you. Or maybe she gives me a different answer, I'm like, interesting, actually, you know, that actually says a lot about you. Or that actually says a lot about like your perspective on life. That's really interesting. You know, something I just noticed about you as you said that question, those are phrases I could say that get off of that boring, super logical, who you here with, what do you think of the venue, where are you from? Like the moment you insert that line, wait, you know what I just noticed about you? Or you know what's really interesting about you? Or that actually says a lot about you. And I don't know if it's like in a good way or a bad way, but I just noticed this about you. The girl will break out of this fucking interview mode phase that you put her into, and you'll actually notice her like awaken in the set, because we broke that boring bullshit pattern that every single person is conditioned to in their life. Like if you go to the grocery store and you're at the cashier, you're gonna say, hey, what's up, how's your day going? They're gonna give you the fucking bullshit pattern that they tell every other customer. They're in this unconscious behavioral pattern loop of conversation that they just say. So your goal is to break out of that fucking pattern by hitting her with something that she doesn't really hear. Because I promise you, if you go to the cashier and then I'm like, hey, what's up? How's your day going? They're like, oh, good, you? I'm not saying this is good conversation, but just for the sake of like practice, if you were to say to them, I'm doing really good. Actually, you know what I just noticed about you? The cashier would be like this. What? It's like a pattern interrupt. That's why hitting the girl with negative emotion or playfully disagreeing or making the conversation about her automatically starts to like separate you from that nice guy interview mode conversation that she has with everybody. And that's how you get her, like, let her guard down to have a real fucking interaction with you. Because that's what every other dude in there is just said, oh, what's up? You're really beautiful. Can I buy you a drink? Oh, so like, who are you? What's your name? Where are you from? You're so beautiful, right? Like, hit them with something different to kind of like snap out of that fucking flow. And you could do this technique with guys too. This is just how you kind of have a unique, memorable interaction, is by hitting them with something different. And teasing is, in my opinion, the best first couple steps that you could do to start moving it in that direction. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're interested in implementing any of the concepts taught in this video, I have a brand new coaching program where you can actually work with me one-on-one. I'm going to analyze your communication, your pickup skills, your game, and assess where you're at, point out your blind spots, your sticking points, show you the step-by-step process as well to take you from where you're at right now to accomplishing your goals with women and dating. Click the link in the description, fill out that application, pick out a day and a time for that consultation call, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. Until next time, Coach Kyle signing out. Peace out, guys.